very much for joining this year BATIC. We are happy to be back after we missed BATIC for the last 2 years, and happy to be here to have the opportunity to physically meet with all of you. I think the title, the theme was correct, that reconnecting the community, reconnecting the region. In fact, it's probably physically reconnecting. Well, after 2 years of pandemic, we have become back to be a human from a Zoom being. And after we do a lot of things online, then we can do physically, including back playing a real golf. When I started to play golf, a real golf, my wife was asking me, why don't you continue to play the online golf? I could not answer that one. I wish I can tell her that the only problem with online golf is we have no good-looking caddies. So let's skip the golf for Friday and let's get back to work, at least to justify the aspect of being here. Well, in this opportunity, I just to update some of the status of the Indonesia, especially in the digital transformations. Where are we now, and what can we expect? What are the challenges, and what might be happening in the few years down the road? Well, as all of us know, that digital transformation has been initiative for most of the country, if not all of the countries, and basically they are focusing on 3 things. One is developing the digital economy, with in fact, in most countries, the digital economy grows much faster than the GDP itself. Then the second is the digital government, twofold. One is to make the government become more efficient, and at the same time to provide better services to the public. And lastly, the digital society, where redefining the way that we interact with each other. Some countries has been obviously publishing the programs. Some is preparing such a thing. Digital transformation is kind of a silver bullet, but on the other side, there's still some challenges. Some of them are connectivity, which is very relevant with us, the availability of the device, and the readiness of the people. The government of Indonesia has a ambition that in the year of 2030, Indonesia can be number 10 in terms of the largest economic, and then furthermore in the year of 2045, the ambition has to become with the number 5 or 7 of the world. If we look at what we have now, either from the contribution index, from the network readiness, the trajectory that we have is probably we can be number 8. It's not bad, but I think we need to work harder. We need to be more creative if we want to be number 5 or 7. And then if you look at Indonesia in the next couple of years, there's some study that saying the size of the economy in Indonesia can be more than 300 billion USD, and it's growing more than much bigger than the GDP itself. And certainly we are the biggest in the Southeast Asia. I think those are the opportunities that we have in the future. And then if we compare Indonesia to other countries, we are basically a bit behind some other countries. It's a good and bad. It's bad because of the fact that we're still behind with those countries. But it is good for us because then it provides us with a lot of opportunities in the years to come. The other way of looking at Indonesia is that currently we are positioning ourselves as more becoming the technology consumer, and we need to be more toward the technology producer in the future. One of the obvious things that is happening in Indonesia is the production of the EV batteries, which is still on progress for now. In order to support the digitizing of the country, we need to strengthen the ICT, and I think that's also most relevant with us. We need to further developing the industry in this country so that we can help the country to be digitized in almost all sectors. These are some of the challenges. It started from the government program for the digitization of the country, the availability of the connectivity, the devices, the availability of the content and the applications, the negotiation, the funding, the SME. For now, MNC is actually contributing more than 90% of the economy of the country, including more than 90% of the employment. And then, of course, the readiness of the people in terms of consuming the ICT and also producing the ICT. The next question is then, what is Telkom contribution to all of this? Well, starting from just prior to the pandemic, we redefining ourselves basically why we are here. I think we are here because of we need to help the country, help the people to be more prosperous, and then we want to becoming most preferred telco. We have three missions basically. One is, of course, we need to keep deploying the infrastructure, including the digital platform. We need to help to develop the people to be more ready, either for producing the ICT or consuming the ICT. And then the third mission is actually how can we orchestrating the ecosystem? How can we work with the other people? These are some examples of what we've been doing. The most notably one is probably the Peduli Lindungi. It's application to help the government to manage the pandemic. It's currently used by more than 100 million people. And we believe that this is one of, among other things, which help the government of Indonesia to better manage the pandemic. Then we have also other platform. Bijar is the education. Education is one important thing for our country. Being an archipelago country with more than 70,000 of islands, deploying equal education for all the people is quite challenging. If we want to build a physical school, it may need a lot of expense, and it may need time quite long. And even if we have the physical school everywhere, the teacher itself can be a problem, because a good teacher probably they're not willing to work in the remote area. So if we can replace those with the kind of education platform, which all the people, as long as there's a broadband connectivity, can access to the same platform, so they can get equal quality of education wherever they are in this country. In Telkom, we have set up three pillars. One is, first we started at the bottom is the connectivity. Then on top of that, we developing what we call digital platform, something like a data center, cloud, IoT, big data, this kind of stuff. And then the third one is digital services. Some we will probably doing ourselves, but a lot of more is we are hoping to get a partnering with somebody else. This basic chart is showing what we have done. We deploying a lot of undersea cable, and we now currently we operate more than 170,000 kilometers of fiber optic. We basically connecting almost all the populated island in this country. Then Telkom also deploying more than 250,000 of BTSs. And out of the, we already connected the fiber, 496 county out of the 514 county. In terms of market share, this is what we have. We can consider it like the eyeball. In the consumer side, we have more than almost 9 million of fixed broadband customers. In the mobile, close to 180 million, and more than 2,000 MSMEs, and more than 1,500 of enterprise customer. And then we also serve almost all of the our wholesale customer, either in Indonesia or outside Indonesia. And basically, we own more than 60% of the market across all segments. I think this also considered as the eyeball that we have for now. On the data center, we deploying a data center. We building a hyperscale data center in some places. One of the that we have now is in Cikarang, east of Jakarta, and we are considering to build another one in Batam. Then on the other side, we also building up the small data center, the edge computing, all over the countries, so that it will be interconnected and become the data center ecosystem in Indonesia. On top of the infrastructure that we've been developing, we also are very active in investing to the startup. Via our subsidiary MDI, we invested, I think, more than 20 startup, and we allocate the fund is more than 800 million USD so far. We also helping providing the incubation for some of the new startup. This is also one of the programs that we have with the government of Indonesia, which is to set up what we call this one data of Indonesia. Well, what we believe is if we can do this, then it can be a very strong starting point to digitalize the government, to digitalize the country, and to provide a better service to the people. It is not easy, but that's what we've been trying to do together with the government. Then, of course, like Sam just mentioned, we do believe that there's no Superman in this world, so that we are open to partnering with all of you to deploy IC infrastructure, the digital platform, digital talent, and also including the R&D. And at the end of the day, we hope that this can contribute to designing the Indonesia to be a better country in the future. Thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation. I'm hopeful that it can give you a better picture of what's happening in Indonesia and what we might be doing in the future. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your stay in Bali.